I have great adaptation skills, as I told you before.
Yeah.
I can adjust to any situation. You know what I mean? And once I get into it, whether I like it or not, I'm a realist. I understand what's before me.
Yeah.
This is the problem. Now I'm gonna expand all my possibilities and come up with some decisions of how I can get through this. And then when I say, you know what, this is best fit for whatever it is that I'm going through, I'm gonna go and execute, man. And I ain't mad with nobody, none of that shit. This is what I gotta go ahead and do. Man, let me go and do my time about it.
And I think at the time, what you 24?
At this time now, I'm 24 when I got locked up. But mind you, check this out. So when they locked me up, they gave me a $12,000 bail. Pew!
That's it?
I didn't think I was getting none because I was out on probation.
Yeah, okay.
I just got off the box.
Okay.
I had just got off the box, but
No,
I still
I got
had 5 or 7 years of probation, some crazy shit like that. You know what I mean?
Based on the last situation.
Yes, yeah, based on that. But man, I get a $12,000 bail. Oh man, I'm gone. I get right out, and guess what? I stayed on the street from December 22nd, 1994, all the way around to August 1995. I was still out on the street, still jamming. Still jamming,
and you got out and started
man,
jamming.
I ain't even worrying about that case. I gotta come back and get lawyer money together. I mean,
okay.
everything is still going.
Okay,
yeah, everything is still. I mean, that's what it is. You already know you got that. You can't do nothing about it other than prepare for it.
Yeah.
So I gotta make sure I got a couple hours. I gotta make sure that you know what I mean. I gotta get this lawyer money together, and it's still business gotta go on. Shit
How
still
much
gotta
did you pay
get.
for your lawyer money? Do you think at the end of the day?
Oh, at the end of the day, I probably pay maybe 12,000 of my own money,
Right.
But once I got found guilty, and then the feds grabbed me up, and then my guy from that point on, you know what I mean? He went as far as paying for my federal lawyer. I got found guilty with my federal lawyer. He went as further as getting me appeals lawyer for this guy out of New York, and then still they found me guilty. You know what I mean? And
You said this your man's that did this?
yeah. The one I told you about who came in and propositioned me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, bro. 20,
Yeah.
24,
Yeah.
25.
Yeah.
Going through the circumstance. I mean, what was the initial count that they wanted to get? What did they want to give you?
So let me tell you. So by me, now mind you, remember I told you I was on probation before because I got caught in the phone booth, right?
Yeah.
So I had that was probation, but it was a felony, right? So then when I get jammed up in the car with the house raid, that's another felony. You know what I'm saying? So now the gun took me over the top.
Yeah. That's what, like I said before, that's what they really want. All that other shit, you probably could have been out and all.
So
they found that gun.
So let me give you the rundown, right? So I'm out on the street. We come around August 3rd, 1995. I gotta go to court, right? So I go to court, and I got Joan Frazier as my lawyer, right? So I get down in court, and I don't see Joan in there. Me and my girlfriend, we running late night thing. So you see undercover cops and they old plainclothes cops all the time.
Yeah.
You don't pay that shit no attention. They down there all the time. You know what I mean? So I send my girl around to the phone booth to call Joan. I goes in the courtroom, I don't see her. And then she turns sideways, she got a haircut.
Oh.
She come out there, she like, hey Charles, listen, I got some good news. She said, your judge got a murder trial going on and we're gonna get a postponement. I'm like, good stuff. She's like, all right, let me go back in real quick. So when she goes back in, her conversation when she go back in is this. Prosecutor say, hey, I got some good news and some bad news. Yeah, what's the good news? Good news is your case being dismissed. I'm like, yeah? She said, and? The bad news is U.S. Marshals out in the hallway locking your client up right now. So when I first seen those cats walking past me, they was going to the courtroom. And they went inside, so I'm still out there looking for my lawyer. So when they went inside, they had to go inside and talk to the prosecutor to get the prosecutor to dismiss it, so they grabbed me up, right? So check this out, champ. So when they come back out, I'm going around getting my girl, and so we gonna come back around, and as Joan get ready to come out, these motherfuckers cut right across me and said, Charles Hurt, turn around, put your hands behind your back, U.S. Marshal, federal agent, such. Dude, let me tell you something. Now, I remember what I told you to remember, what I said to those guys when I was in the joint.
Yeah.
Man, next time I'm coming through, I'm going with the feds.
Coming to the feds.
Boy, do you know my legs almost left me?
Almost left.
I had to tell a jump, man, leave me against the wall, man. Man, leave my fucking legs said, I'll let you, boy. Because that's all I could imagine was, I didn't know it was about the gun.
Yeah.
All I imagined was that they didn't kick every motherfucker by doing. They didn't got everybody. That's what I thought about.
Damn.
and she come out there face red and shit. She mad as now. You know what I mean? Because they didn't have it ain't their place to say anything to her. You know what I mean? But she came out there in the midst when they was going in. Maybe had she been inside the courtroom and not out there talking to me when they first went to the prosecutor, then, you know, she might have been a little more informed or whatever. But nah, man, she come out mad as shit. So now they driving me away, right? Take me out, put me in the car. I'm in the back of the joint. All I'm saying, like, man, I'm gonna see the commissioner. I'm trying to get a bail. I'm talking state shit. They talking about, you'll get your chance. You'll get an initial appearance. And they said another whole shit. I'm like, what is he talking about, man? All I want to know is I'm not gonna get a bail. You know what I mean? Dude, when they got me to Lombard Street and we drove over and the motherfucker hit the garage door, come open and we go down, I'm like, these trying to kidnap me. I'm thinking that they really trying to get at me. I ain't thinking that it's still what it is. You know what I mean? Man, I get inside, boy, they put me in a cold ass cell. And I got my head shorts too. I got tucked in, you know what I mean? It's August, I'm tucked in, cold there. Dude come by, you know, over to jail, right? Jokers be having the little swine sandwiches and they be like, yeah, boy, got this Big Mac or whatever. They try to make it be more what it is, right? So check this out. Man, I'm laying there on the cold ass bench. Chump come by and said, hey, yo, you want a BK fish? Or you want a Whopper? What the fuck is that playing? Man, I seen that motherfucking orange and yellow and white bag. Boy, let me get BK fish. Hey, yo, then they give me remember they just come out with the Oreo crust pies and shit like that. I'm like, oh shit, this shit might not be too bad. Right. Man, they give me something to drink and everything, but I'm sitting up like a motherfucker there. Ain't even thinking about nothing. Then I go over to jail, boy, and I was over to jail from then until 97. I was over there 2.5 years fighting my case. Yeah, and I'm over to jail, champ. You know, oh my God, I was just abusing over the jail. I mean, because you know you don't have nobody but the hood people working over jail, so little girls know your status, they know who you are. I mean, I'm eating uptown food every day, you know what I mean? I'm getting some life over there every single day, you know what I mean? I'm doing everything but going home. And then still, my hooping got me through any grill in the jail. Right. I'm in the jail with, at the time, WDC, that's when the women come to jail. I'm in the jail when the hoppers come in the jail. They don't let nobody in there with them hoppers. The hoppers was crazy as shit, but they always wanted me to organize a game.
What's the hoppers?
Hoppers, young kids. Before they opened up the baby booking juvenile center, it was no baby booking. So they was over there, yeah, anywhere from 14 to motherfucking like 17. You know, still being held as a juvenile. They ain't get waived yet or whatever. But they come in the motherfucking gym and out of control, and all of them got them swords on them. They wild as shit. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I just always had an ability to communicate with folks. You know what I mean? And then plus if they hear about you and know what you're doing or whatever, they tend to listen a little bit. You know what I mean? But there's been days I get a game going on. You used to have 2 motherfucking kids on the sideline that ain't hooping, ain't doing nothing. Run and take the ball and run all around the gym with it, playing keep away. Like, shorty, what you doing? They ain't trying to hear nothing, though. You know what I mean? But I give them their little room, let them go and do what they doing. But as long as it's something organized and structured, they ain't just fighting and stabbing each other up. That's what it was, man. You know what I mean? So I was over there for 2.5 years. And I wound up going to court and getting found guilty. And I wound up getting sentenced to 180 months, right? And that was based on my record. But let me tell you some other funny shit.
And what year was that?
1997. I got sentenced.
And you got
I went over there for 180 months. So listen, but let me tell you the funny shit about that, right? So I took him to trial. Right? Because, you know, there was a lot of stipulations in the case. You know, I had dark tinted windows and I'm telling them that they couldn't see shit through there and they just opened my door and found the shit or whatever like that. And I even had an expert witness come in and, you know, normally if I went to McDonald's and killed everything at McDonald's, my lawyer tell me to plead insanity, right? So when they get the doctor to come examine me and the doctor said, nah, he cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. He's not competent to stand trial. They respect that. They gonna say that my guy who testified on my behalf about my tinted windows, right? I had 5% illegal tint on it. You can hold a joint to the window and you still be doing like this and can't see shit. And he telling them how difficult it is to see through it, it's impossible or whatever. They recognize this man as highly knowledgeable and an expert witness. And then said, but anyway, according to such and such a versus such and such a, in this case where it was tinted windows, but oh baby, oh no, we can't do that. So they just adopted the merits of another case and they ain't give about what it was. Bottom line was, nigga, you had gun and drugs and money in that car.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gonna wait me here.
Yeah.
So okay. So when I went back for sentencing, they the judge was like, hey, did he accept responsibility? So the prosecutor, Marty Clark, I'll never forget that. He said, oh no, Your Honor, he contested the government, he lost, never accept responsibility. So the judge looking at my transcript was like, well, I don't see nowhere in here that he ever said what they found in the car wasn't his. All he did was, he said it was illegal search and seizure. So no probable cause, that's what he was going with. He said, so I think he accept responsibility. He said, what's the low end of the guideline? So I was facing 180 to 295, 180 to life, right? But I was in the category 6, level 33. So that made me an armed career offender. So that started me off with 235 to 293. So we talking about 20 to 25 years, right? So check this out. So when he said, what's the low end of the guideline? And this motherfucker said, 180 years, Your Honor. He said 180 years. So I'm like,
180 months?
180 months, I'm sorry. Woo, yeah, I'm sorry, 180 months. So I said, thank you, Your Honor. So at that time, I knew 180 sound better than 235 to 293. But you know, in high school, man, they only send you up to you 12 times. So when I get back down the back, you know what I mean? I'm like, hey man, 12 times 12, 144. 12. Oh, hell no, these motherfuckers gave me 15 years. But you know what I mean? Then when I calculated the other shit, then I'm like, you know what? You know what I mean? You know, I gotta roll with it.
Because you know, I mean, knowing this now, and I mean, maybe knowing it then, but going to trial means you can get the max.
Oh, going to trial, they cracked here, and I had so
Federal
many.
trial.
And I didn't know about the feds, so I had a few guys over there that had been around the block a few times. They were like, Charlie, don't go fuck with them people, boy.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I was like, shit, man, I ain't counting up shit.
So you didn't really have any personal knowledge on how the feds and how that system
No,
works?
I didn't know the distinguishing differences between, but it's,
Okay.
oh my God, oranges and apples, all the way live, you know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah.
So, but I didn't know, and then my lawyer came over and she assured me, she like, listen here, this is what it is. Now, if this is what you want to do, this is what you want to do. Took it back, laid on it for a while or whatever, got in touch with my guy. He wanted, this is how I knew it was more about our relationship more so than getting money, because he had no business coming over Baltimore City Jail to see me at that time, you know what I mean? Because normally when I was in the street, people get jammed up, we always just send her over to see whoever and find out what's going on with them or whatever.
Yeah.
When he came to visit me himself, and he assured me of a couple of things, he said, boy, listen, man, I ain't going nowhere, champ. It's going to be all right. So he kind of moved her to the side and brought in a federal lawyer, you know what I mean? And then the federal lawyer was kind of like telling me the same thing. He said, well, things look a little tough. He said, but if we're going to play this tender window card or whatever like that, we're going to go ahead and throw that in and, maybe we can, maybe we can't. He said, you got Marvin Garbers. He was kind of like, give you law a little bit, you know what I mean? You like, he's the best one. We can go before. What you want to do? He said, but if you lose, you can go away for a long time. Fuck it, that's right. How you feel about it? He said, I mean, I feel pretty good about it, but it's your life. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, if you feel good about it, man, this is what we hired you for. Let's roll with it. You know what I mean? And I went on the road with a champ, and it was just a blessing. The first blessing was how he chopped me down to the 180 instead of giving me what he called for. You know what I mean? It wasn't until I got found guilty, came back over to jail, probably was over to jail maybe a month. They sent me to Lewisburg, right? For like 30 days, I was a carrot in Lewisburg, and then they wound up sending me to Cumberland. So 2.5 years over the jail, and then I got to Cumberland, was there for like 30 days. I knew I wasn't getting down no more. You have some people who get towards the end of their time and be like, man, I can't do this shit no more. Now I knew already from the gate that I wasn't hustling no more, but I also knew that this is what I owed. So I had to go ahead and give them the other 11 and a half, and that was it. We're gonna clear that tab out, you know what I mean?
Right.
And that's what it was, champ. And I was going in not really knowing what was going on, but once I found my niche, oh, they got a gym? These niggas hooping? Oh my God, that's what it is. And then I really, that's why when I talked about earlier, had I went through the proper channels of, you know what I mean, just going through the conditionings and just being around the same people and, you know, just, it's just a basketball environment, you know what I mean, and knowing all the things that come with that by, you know, playing yourself or whatever, so you understand. But I know how good I was and how my game matured coming in at 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. And, you know, I went in at 25 and I came home when I was 38, Chad. You know what I mean? So I missed half of my 20s and damn near all of my 30s. All I was doing was going on tour, busting niggas' ass at the Fed's expense.